What's going on, my beautiful, lovely people of the internet? My name is Kevin Moore, and thank you guys for joining us on Miraculous. Today, I am joined with the one and only 22 G Faye. 22, how are you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. How you doing?
You chilling, man?
Yeah, I'm smooth.
I've been seeing your videos all over the place, hearing your music, and I love it. Let's let the people know, where are you from?
San Diego.
Like, what part of San Diego?
Shit, bro. I grew up in like 3 different houses, so basically all over.
Moved around?
Yeah, like North County, up towards the south and shit too.
And how was it growing up in San Diego?
It was good, bro. Just, like anywhere else, damn near.
How old are you? And like, what's your ethnicity?
I'm 18. I'm Filipino and white and some more shit.
Some more shit?
Yeah, everybody think I'm just Mexican and shit, so it's funny. Yeah.
So like, you don't have any Mexican in you? Or like,
Shit, I don't
as
think
far
so.
as you know?
Yeah.
Like, do you know any Spanish words or no?
I mean, like my little brother, he Mexican and shit, so he be teaching me and shit, but
Okay.
it ain't nothing good.
No? You don't know? Just like the curse words?
Yeah.
How were you growing up? Like, were you a bad kid?
I was good and bad, like at school and shit. I stopped going to school like sophomore year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had tried some like online shit. I hated being at school. Like even when I was at school, I was like hardly in class and shit. I didn't really fuck with school like that. I was always like bad at paying attention, so I never paid attention and shit like that. My teachers didn't fuck with me and shit.
Were you getting in fights
Shit, I got in a few fights.
at school and shit?
Nah, not at school. I never got in a fight at school. I had got in this fight. It was like the word around school type shit in like 8th grade, 7th grade, something like that. But then I saw how I stopped going to school and shit like that. But outside of school, I started getting bad. Like I started getting like hella bad when I was skating and shit.
Yeah, I seen that you posted on your story. Like,
Oh, yeah,
you did like a burial, was it?
I was a tray flip.
Tray
I was,
flip, that's what it
I
was.
was at the studio last night
Uh-huh.
with the homies and shit. I was playing skate with my homie Bad Habits. And we had put a dub on the line and shit. And
Took
we
the
was
dub, huh?
Yeah, we were skating. And then we tried to double it. We were like double or nothing.
Yeah.
And then it was like SK to SK because we were playing like SK8. We bet like, all right, the last trick, let's see who landed the hard flip first.
Yeah.
And I was like sticking it every time, but I just couldn't like stomp it down and shit. And then he was like, all right, let's not do the tray flip. So he had did a different trick, and I didn't land it.
Right.
But you feel me? He let me keep the dub. He was like, since I didn't want to do the hard flip type shit. You feel me?
Yeah. Okay, for sure. Did you play any other sports growing up, or you were just only skateboarding?
When I was really little, I played like baseball and shit.
Okay.
Like I actually used to be like, I was like an outside person. I didn't like being inside, like playing games and shit like that. Like I always like to be outside and shit. I tried to play football like my freshman year.
Yeah. Didn't work?
Nah, like I was actually like pretty decent and shit, but the coach didn't like me.
Oh, really? What position did you play?
I was a corner and shit.
Oh, okay.
You know what a corner is?
Yeah. What type of music did you listen to growing up?
I listened to like a lot of Chief Keef.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I think like what kind of started, I don't know if everybody say this, but like what really started like my love for music was like Michael Jackson.
Oh, really?
When I was little, like probably like 8 or something, like I used to like dress up like Michael Jackson and like watch him on the TV and like dance to him and shit.
For
real?
real?
Yeah.
Damn, Michael Jackson had everybody.
It's funny, my producer DH, he did the same shit too.
Yeah.
Like, my parents probably got videos of that shit. My mom probably got videos.
Of you like dressing up and like.
Yeah, like I remember that like for like a minute, Michael Jackson had like these like like the Thriller video, how he has like the whole all red and shit.
Yeah.
I wanted these like red jeans for so long. I can never find them. I never
They're like the leather ones?
them. Nah, I just wanted like red jeans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I never got them. I'm pretty sure his were leather, but I wanted them so bad when I was little. I never got them.
Besides like Chief Keef and Michael Jackson, what other music did you listen to growing up?
Like my older brother was just, I was like, you know how like younger brothers are, like I just wanted to listen to everything that he was listening to and all type of shit. So he really just put me on everything. Like he was like on everybody before everybody, damn near.
So he was putting you onto like Drake and like all those people before they were popping and shit?
Type shit. I mean, yeah, low key. But really, he had put me on Chief Keef and I never stopped listening to him. Type shit. Like that's really what I grew up on. I used to listen to like a little bit of ASAP Rocky and shit like that. I liked like the whole like the ASAP BMs and all that shit. I like that little that group they had going on. Like yeah, that shit was cool. I fucked with that. I used to watch like some of their videos and shit.
The Og tapes and shit?
Yeah, I really fuck with like Lil Durk and them though.
Oh, okay.
Like I fuck with a lot of like East Coast shit.
When did you actually start making music, and what inspired you to want to make music?
It's like I had just wrote this song like out of nowhere one time. I used to just like rap it to the homies and shit. And then like one day they were just like, oh, like I know a nigga who got a studio and shit. So he had just pulled up to the studio, and that's when the homie was trying to rap and shit like that too. But I had made my first song. I don't have it though. I don't have it. It's on my old phone. I had broke it. After that, I didn't like really like keep making music. It was kind of just like whenever like the studio, whatever, like I'll go fuck it, like make a song or something.
Right. How old were you at the time, like when you made your first
17.
song? You were 17? How did you come up with 22G Faye? And did you go by any other names?
Like I said, when we was at the studio and shit, my homie was just like, you know, freestyling, whatever. They'd call me G Fazo.
Yeah.
All I used to wear was like all white Forces.
Right.
Like, I would buy a new pair. Like every time I get the chance, I would buy a new pair. So they just started calling me G Fazo. When I like kind of started making music, when I had like 2 songs out on SoundCloud, people would ask me like, oh, what's your SoundCloud?
Right.
So I'll tell them like G Fazo. But you look up G Fazo on SoundCloud, it's like so much shit, like so much people. So
yeah.
I just made it to G Faye. Like one of my first songs called All That, I don't know if you heard it.
Yeah.
It's like only on SoundCloud. But I had made that in my closet when I was in Arizona for a little bit. I had said like in the beginning, I don't even know why I said it. I was just like deuce, like right before like the beat drop and I started going in and like that's 22. So
yeah.
I was like, fuck it. Like I felt like G Faye was too plain and shit. So I just put that on there and shit. I don't know.
So that's how it came together, the Deuce and then the G Faye. Okay, that's perfect. Did you know that you always wanted to make music, or it just came randomly?
I could never go like without listening to music, but I never thought like, I never wanted to be a rapper type shit.
Really?
Like never. I never even like considered it.
Was it like a homie that told you like, hey bro, you should pull it to the studio?
Well, it was just cause I had made that one song and I was just always rapping it to them. I'd be like, oh, take a video of me rapping. Like, I had just like hit the studio by coincidence. You feel me? We was just there chilling. And then like, there was like some like 2 other like random people in the studio. And they were like, I done heard like over 100 people coming to the studio.
Right.
Like, you got something for sure. And like, it was my first time ever rapping. So I was just like, oh shit. But then like, I had this song called Lonely. Like probably my first fans will know that shit, but cause I had tried to like monetize it on like SoundCloud and shit, took all of it down. You can probably find it on YouTube and shit though. I think that had hit like maybe like 30 or 50K, and then I was just like, oh shit, cause I never even expected it to like hit 100. I dropped it the same night I made it, just cause I was like, fuck it, like, should I drop it? Cause you know like when you first make a song, like you probably scared to drop it,
right?
Cause like, you don't know what people gonna think. Like I had never like even like rapped before, like nobody knew I even like tried it type shit, and I just came out of nowhere and dropped it, and low-key ran up, and then I made All That, and then I had wrote Chopper. I had wrote Chopper, like that's when I was living at my grandma's. I wrote that song. I had went to like this little studio in Escondido that I used to go to. I recorded it, and then he was like, oh, I do these like little snippets and shit.
Right.
So like we recorded one of those, and then he had sent it to me later that night, and I just posted it. My boy Dago Mob.
Yeah.
He had posted that. His page got taken down, but that's when like Maro had already like kind of blew up off Change Up and shit like that. And so he had posted that little snippet, and I was just like happy as fuck, cause I was like, oh shit, like they posted this shit. Like I had never got like nobody ever recognized me or nothing. Like boom, everybody started following me. Like I got so much followers that night, and I had like 1,500 followers. And I was just like shit. Everybody following me, like everybody texting me on DM like you hard, like you got music out and shit like that, cause nobody had ever heard of me. Like I just came out the blue type shit, and that shit was crazy. And then Mara wanted to make some music, so I'm like, fuck it, just hop on the song.
Right.
And so the day I went to the studio to record it to him, I got kicked out. I had packed like 2 bags and then just like left. I had Uber to the or not my friend, my homie had took me to the studio like all the way in it was like damn near like past Chula Vista. Like all the like right by the border type shit. And I came all the way from like Escondido. I was staying with the homie. He had like lived right by my grandma's.
Yeah.
I was just like couch hopping with him for like probably like a couple months. And then my shit had start growing, because then I had made the song with Maru. I like actually made it. That's where like really where it started. Cause I wasn't really like making music before Chopper. Like I was just bullshitting with it. Like I never really thought like, okay, this is where I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
I never had a vision for it until like Chopper, basically, because I never thought, like, you feel me?
When will you know that you made it? Like, what is it that dignifies that? It's hard, I know, like, because it's like, what really, but like, is there like something that like an accolade, like, once I get this car, once I get this house, like, I made it, like, is there anything like that?
I feel like really, like, when I really live on my own for real, like, and get my own crib, like, that's probably when.
What do you look for in a girl? Because, you know, we hear all these songs, man. And you talk about the ladies, so like, what is it that you look for in girls?
It's really what can you offer.
Yeah.
Cause you feel me, every female got a body part and all this and
all
that. Like, what can you offer besides that?
Yeah.
Not a lot of girls have that type of thing. So it's like,
what do you
like I really like. I actually like. I actually like girls that be like on their shit. Like, okay, you got a job or you got your own crib, you going to school, you doing this, like you doing what you got to do to pay for school and all that. Like, I fuck with that. Like I don't like little bummy bitches who like don't do shit. Like live
looking
with their
for the
mama,
next party
live with their
shit.
mama. Yeah, exactly. Looking for the next party, bro. That's all these bitches. Like, I got bitches hit my phone. Like, what's the move tonight? You got moves? Like, I'm like. I don't even hit parties like that. Like, I used to hit parties and shit.
Is it dangerous hitting parties? Like being who you are?
I don't even risk it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Cause a lot of shit go down at parties. Anything could go down at a party. You feel me? There's so much people there.
Right.
I don't even like being around like a lot of people like that. Like if I ever go to a party, I'll tell the homie. I'm low key a wallflower. Like
right
now, like I'd be a wallflower. I'd have my back against the wall and have the homies like just keep that shit on the swivel. And it's like if I'm gonna go to a party, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm not gonna sit there sober. Like I'm gonna drink up. I'm gonna do all type of shit. You feel me? I'm gonna have fun. But it's like now I can't do that because I gotta be on my 10 if I'm drunk out of my mind and it's 100 people around me and I don't know these 100 people. Like shit, like you don't even try
it's
that.
It's not
like,
a good mix.
Yeah, exactly.
So I seen that you collaborated with OGZ. How did that collaboration with you and OGZ come together?
I was shooting 22 though. You seen that video?
Yeah.
With my boy Hudo, free him. But after the video, I was at Fashion Valley. We was just chilling in this parking garage where we had our whips and shit. He was actually telling me, like do a snippet. You need to post something, like do a snippet of like an unreleased song and just like post it, like bang it out your whip.
Right.
And like have mill shots recorded, you feel me, like shit like that. So I did this song called Way Up. I had just recorded it. I didn't even really want to do it like that. But we did the little snippet. I posted it, and I think like maybe like a couple weeks or some shit, a couple days. I was on the way up to here LA with Mario and shit, and then I was sleeping. And then I woke up, and it just said like OGZ followed you, and I was just like, what the fuck? I started tripping.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I like went on it because I was like maybe it's like a fake account or something, like a fake OGZ, like maybe like it's like 2 Ys or something. Yeah. I just woke up. I was like, bro, looking at this shit. I was just like, what the fuck? And I go on it, and he followed me. And I was just like, oh shit, and he liked that post.
Yeah.
But like, he didn't text me nothing, and there nothing like that. I was just like, oh shit. Like 5 minutes later, he had DM'd me and sent me that post, that snippet, and was like, bro, this shit hard as fuck. And I was just like, damn, like that shit's crazy. Like when you start getting recognized by like somebody like that big, you feel me? Like it's a crazy feeling, cause like you look back at where you started, and how you started, and like that shit is mind blowing for real. But then we had just started chopping it up. He was just like, oh, like slide to LA whenever you can, and let's just like link up and chop it up. So I went down there. We hit the studio. We was just chilling and shit. And that's how all that came about.
So now with your popularity is rising, do people like make fake accounts for you? Do they like impersonate you and shit? Have you ever had some shit like that happen?
Bro, that was happening to me like before I even made music.
Really?
It's weird. Like
what happened?
Like it was just like this one account that would like, I don't know. It happened it like kind of started on Snapchat because you could see like when people screenshot your shit.
Yeah.
Screenshotting all my shit, taking posts off of my Instagram, posting it on theirs.
Really? Whole catfish?
It's kind of fucked up though, cause it's like there's been times where like my fake account has like talked to bitches and shit, and then I'll have bitches in my DM like, why you blocked me? Like, what happened? Like, you don't want me no more? I'm just like so confused. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he's over here, bro, and it's like bitches I would never like
talk to. Yeah.
Bad, bro. It's bad. Like,
I was about to say, like, he was kind of doing you like a solid, like he was doing all the groundwork for you, but he was doing it to some girls that, like,
like he was not helping me at all. It's weird, like, it's weird for sure. It's weird.
Man, that's crazy. So let's take it back a little bit. How did you meet Lil Maru? How did did you guys link up, or did you guys introduce to each other? Or what?
Well, his homie was running that Dago Mob page. He had posted, or I guess he was like telling Mario like, yo, you should fuck with him, like you should fuck with him, like he hard, like, cause like my sound's a lot like different than what like came out of the city, like.
Facts.
Maru too, like Maru, like me and him are probably the most like different shit that like came out besides like the Siete homies and shit. Cause like when you think of like Dago music, like to me I think of like Hardini and like Seti Smacked and like the old like strip talk and all that shit, like, and we had just came out with like a whole new sound. So like off the rip we just started fucking with each other and shit. I already knew his music. I already had maybe like 2 songs out when I heard of him. I heard of him when he had like probably like 3,000 followers or something like that.
Oh damn! So you were early on it.
I follow him and shit, and it was cool. Like finding out that he fucked with my shit. You feel me?
In your songs, you speak about lean a lot. When did you try lean for the first time?
Well, I gotta think. I like you forgot. I was just thinking about that earlier too. I don't
Like
know.
when you started sipping for
Yeah,
the
I
first time?
first sipped it. I want to say it was like around like freshman year.
Do you remember what you sipped first?
I don't even know.
What's
The
your
homie
favorite?
had just had it, and then we just drank it and shit.
Uh,
But I didn't really sip it like that, like
yeah,
ever again like that. Just like until like probably like a year ago.
that's when you really started doing it.
Yeah,
What's your favorite soda to like pour up in?
cream soda.
And how much do you think that you've spent like on lean so far? Is it a crazy amount?
A good amount for sure. I mean, I be having homies that they be getting subscriptions and shit, so
Yeah.
they be pouring me up. I get poured up a lot. That shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Is that like one of the perks
that
of
shit
being
make
on?
my day. If a nigga pour
Yeah.
me up, that shit make my day.
Yeah.
Like, it'll make my whole week. Like,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah, man, because it's dry out here, huh?
Yeah, nah, bro. And that shit's just like 300 a line now, for real. And it's like you really just gotta be careful with that shit, cause it's a lot of fat. I done had homies like homies that died off taking a fake pill or sipping some
Yeah.
fake juice and shit like that. Cause fentanyl, like you really just need like a pinch full of that shit to
Yeah.
OD or die. Like it's crazy.
Do you
People
know
do
like
shit
how to
that shit.
tell
Yeah.
if it's like real and shit?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the fake shit just be like way too thick. Like you can tell, like it's super thick.
What's your creative process when you go to the studio? Like, is there certain essentials that you need before going? Like, you need some drink, you need weed.
Whenever I do sip in the studio, I do make some slaps though. Usually just me and Hudo. Like whenever we hit the studio, we low key sip up. We make some slaps. Now I don't like to. I used to smoke, but when I started like making music, that's all I did, like studio every
Right.
day. I stopped smoking because like I'm so lazy. I don't
Yeah.
even. I'll go in the studio. I'll be high. I don't even want to be there no more. I just want to leave. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even want to be there type shit. So I stopped smoking. But nah, it's just I used to write and shit before I went into the studio and just like knock out like 4 or 5 songs, some type shit like that.
That's good. So when you go to the studio, you don't really have to
I
like,
used to. Now I feel like
punching in.
nah. I can't really do that. Like, I don't like. I like thinking and like really thinking and like writing. I write my shit. Now like I'll have like my producers in the studio with me, and while they cooking up a beat, I'll like start to vibe with it. Cause it's really a vibe. Like
Right.
you want that vibe. You feel me? I won't even like make nothing if the vibe ain't right. But while they making the beat, I'll just be like fucking with it, like writing. I'll start writing. Sometimes when they done with the beat, I'll be done with the song, so I just hop straight in there.
I see you got some tattoos on you. How many tattoos do you have?
I think like 8.
And what is it, like all over your arms?
Yeah, just some shit on my arms. My funniest tattoo is probably the 22 on my stomach.
Oh, really?
Cause I was so bored. I just wanted to go get a tattoo. My tattoo artist was like down the street, and I didn't know the stomach hurt. And
Yeah, I've heard it
I
hurts a
didn't know
lot.
it hurt. So I just went there, and I told him like what I wanted. And I
Uh,
was like, fuck it, 22. Like if I get this shit, now I really gotta take.
is
this
it
serious.
big?
It's
Can we
like
see it?
it's somewhat big. Like
Oh, damn, you got
Yeah.
blasted. What the fuck?
it's somewhat big. So I'm like,
It's not
fuck it,
somewhat,
like,
that's big.
If I do this, like
Yeah.
I'm really like in this shit. I really
Yeah.
gotta like take this shit serious. Cause that's when like I was like a little bit after Chopper. Like,
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck it. So I went and got it. Bro, I was mad the whole time. Like, it took like 2 hours. I was just mad the whole time.
Oh, man.
It's
it
like an
just
annoying
burned.
pain.
Yeah.
And it was so red. Like,
Yeah.
after it was so red. I didn't know the stomach
yeah.
hurt. Like I didn't know shit.
The stomach
like,
hurts a lot, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, man, that's crazy as heck. I see you collaborate with a producer by 22 DX.
Right.
How did you guys come together?
So like after I got kicked out, I went to go live with my mom in Arizona for a little bit. And like I had probably like $500. So when I got there, I just went to the store and just bought like a bunch of shit just to make like a little studio in my closet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I used to just record music in my closet, right? But he had found me one day. He had heard my first song, Lonely. I think in my SoundCloud or shit, I had like my Instagram or like my Snapchat or something in there. He had found me, and then he was like, "Oh, like where you from?" I was like, "Oh, I'm from San Diego." He was from San Diego too. I was like, he's like, "Oh, I'm a producer. Like I make beats and shit." Like I barely even knew what that was. Like I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I never had anybody hit me up and said like, "Oh, like I got beats for you" or something like that. Cause I was just like find them off YouTube. So it was like cool having somebody like who made beats. And then we just started like chopping it up. He had never really like sent me beats. Like we would just like be on FaceTime. He'd help me find beats, and then he'll just send them to me, and we would record. Like I would record in there. I'd just be on FaceTime with him. Like, oh, you fuck with this? Like while I'm in there recording, we probably didn't even like link up for like a minute later. Like after Chopper, like Chopper was probably like that's when I started. So I was a YouTube beat, but everything after then. All his beats. Yeah, ever since then, it's just like, that's like the only producer I really be like using like that.
Last question is, where could they find you?
Everywhere. 22G everywhere.
Okay. Perfect.
All platforms, Instagram, all that shit.
Thank you so much, 22. I really appreciate you, you know, popping out and making this interview happen.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button. Let us know in the comment section below who you'd like to see next. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. My name is Kevin Mora. This is 22G Faye, and we're out.